Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well today or tonight, whenever it is. In this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys 12 different fragrances that are so good, you'll wanna wear them every single day. Now, I'm not saying that they're something that you would use year round, because some of these are definitely more for cool weather, some are better for warm weather, but they have an addictive quality to them. It can actually be bad if you have a really addictive personality, but it could become your signature scent. Let's put a silver spin on that and make it real positive. All of these will be linked in the description below. Feel free to check them out down there if you want to. Let's get started. Let's start things off with a fragrance that smells amazing. Huge compliment puller, massive versatility. Year round, daytime, nighttime, casual, formal, it don't matter. Everybody's gonna like this one. It has one huge glaring drawback though. The fragrance is absolute Aventus. So what's the huge glaring drawback? What could it be? The price. Yeah, it's the price. It is crazy expensive at retail, but don't worry, you can get it from discounters. Like right now, you can get it from jomashop.com, 2.5 ounce bottle, just like this one, for the low price of $425. Yeah. So there is the issue. It's pricey. Yeah, believe me, I paid retail for it. Or technically I got it from luckyscent.com when they had a 10% off code, so I paid 90% of retail. But still, it is fantastic for day-to-day use. Obviously, with it being as expensive as it is, it's gotten a lot of flack. And I'm not gonna stand up for it. You know, I'm not gonna stand up for the fragrance, I mean, in terms of the pricing. I'm not gonna defend it. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't get me wrong, the quality is there and it does smell extremely appealing, but especially nowadays, you know, maybe quit trying to bleed that rock dry. But as I said before, I think it smells absolutely fantastic. Off the top here, you have grapefruit, bergamot, black currant, you have ginger in the mid, gives it a very zingy, lively, fresh opening. Little patchouli and vetiver in there as it dries down as well. Does not come across as smoky as some batches of Aventus do, but still, I love the way it smells. Since that was insanely expensive, let's do something really cheap next. This is a clone fragrance. It is Armaf Ventana Marine. We go from a very classy looking, elegant bottle to this. I will say, I hate the Ventana bottles. I really hate them, the original one and this one both. It doesn't look that bad from a distance, but man, it feels bad in the hand. It's just super plasticky, and then you have this cheap kind of sticker that goes around the bottle. And so when you hold it and spray it, it just feels like, just sharp edges of plastic digging into your hand. That's quality, baby. Now, the original Ventana is a clone of Dior Sauvage, very affordable clone of Sauvage. This is a very affordable clone of Bleu de Chanel, which means now they need another Ventana flanker to come out, which is a clone of Y. It just makes sense. Now, this isn't a direct one-to-one of Bleu de Chanel. It does come across, as you might expect, just by the coloration, the name and everything, a little bit fresher than Bleu de Chanel. Maybe a little touch more sweetness also, but still a really well done alternative to Bleu de Chanel for very cheap. Oh God, this bottle gives me heartburn though. Before we go any further, here are some codes you can use at a lot of different fragrance retailers to save yourself some money. MaxAroma.com has the codes Gents10 or Gents20 that will get you 10 or 20% off, but it depends on the fragrance. Some Gents20 will work with, some it won't, so try that one first. Triple Traders, which has a boatload of clone fragrances, Gents will get you 10% off there. Then the code Gents will also work at the perfume box for 10% off the entire website, along with all these other codes. Let's go designer next, and I'll go with this one, Terre de Maison Givre. I adore this fragrance. I really like it. This is one that you could give to me for like all spring and summer, and I really wouldn't complain that much. I'd be like, oh, okay. You can use it about any situation. The citrus off the top is amazing. It's a citron note, very natural smelling, a little rindy, but also sweet, very fresh, and then has a nice modern woodiness as it dries down. Just a complete banger of a fragrance for warm weather, one that you can wear easily casually or to the office, or like I said, just about anywhere. So this one, always gonna get the thumbs up from me. I know some people prefer Eau Très Fraîche, which was basically, in a way, replaced by this one. And I do really like that one also, but I kind of prefer this one. I know for some people that's like sacrilege, but I really like it. All right, this is self-promotion, okay? I am biased, I'm sorry, but the next one is West Loop. I will make it quick, I promise. So this is a fragrance that I creatively directed, released under the Michael Malul brand, Michael Malul X Gents scents. And this one was made to have a bit of a new type of DNA, but still be really wearable and a big compliment puller, leaning more toward the sweet side of things. Also, I just realized this when I was doing a layering video a little while back where you guys had said your favorite layers, but layering that one with South Slope, which is another fragrance that I creatively directed, lights out. If you own both of those, try that, layer those two. So this one has toasted cinnamon, it has myrrh, tobacco leaf in there as well, some tonka as it dries down. Also a bit of lavender in the mid. It's one that I think during fall, winter, and spring smells absolutely amazing, whether daytime or nighttime, and is a big compliment puller also. And there's a code for Michael Malul's website, which is Gentscents, Gentscents, so it's like missing an S. That'll get you 20% off. Back to niche with Frustration. Yeah, Frustration from Etat Libre d'Orange. And this is a fragrance that it always befuddles me why it isn't talked about a little bit more than it is. To be fair, this could be just something that works really, really well for me, and then for whatever reason, other people, it does not. But every time I smell this, I'm like, man, that's fantastic. Really good. Ooh, likey. So this one has rum, cinnamon, vanilla, and chestnut. Actually a good dose of chestnut, okay? A really solid dose. Some people have said it smells like peanut butter off the top, and kind of get it. It's cozy, it's warm, it's got a gourmand feel to it. There's a touch of smokiness that goes through it also. I mean, to be fair, I understand why this wouldn't work for some people. It's not like I'm oblivious to that. It definitely has more of a niche lean to it, and it's something where, you know, it could take multiple wearings for somebody to come around and be like, ah, now it works for me. But still, I really, really, really enjoy that one. I like that almost overdosed chestnut with smoke going through. I think it's wonderful for fall and winter time and way under the radar. It's just a little bit different, you know? Let's keep it not different at all. Dylan Blue, that's backwards. Dylan Blue. Look, I know there are some people that are gonna roll their eyes like, Dylan Blue, wow. But this stuff, for the price, is a banger. As far as blue fragrances go, you can get this one on the cheap compared to the big dogs from retail or discounters, and it'll do the job just as well. It has year-round usability. You can wear it during the winter, fall, spring, summer, day, night, does not matter. That little bit of incense in there gives it a nice bit of depth in the cooler months, but then it still has enough freshness that it'll work in the middle of summer. Presentation, simple but elegant. It looks nice. And just overall, I think it's a really appealing, super versatile compliment pulling scent that, like I said, you can wear anywhere. It's not gonna cost you that much money. And it is addictive. I like Dylan Blue. I like it a lot now. You know, over the years, I've reached for this a bunch and it just always works. Keeps you coming back. I mean, I've got the big, stupid, goofy looking caveman size bottle for a reason. After that, bright leather from Ferragamo. Now, this is probably gonna appeal more to guys middle-aged and older. So younger guys, this one may not be for you, unless you really like violet and leather. And then in that case, maybe it is. So presentation on this one looks really nice, and it has a similarity to Dior's Aqua Fahrenheit. So if you are aware of how that one smells, then you have a decent idea of how this one smells. Which officially, I think that maybe violet is not a note here, but you can still get that vibe from it. Good amount of citrus off the top. Very clean, nice sweetness as well. Little aromatic touch as it dries down, some musk in the base as well. Really good quality for a nice price. Like I said, nice presentation. The whole thing just really well done. And if you're a fan of Aqua Fahrenheit, which unfortunately is discontinued, you gotta pick this up. Or if you've never smelled Aqua Fahrenheit, you could think of it as like a cleaner, fresher Fahrenheit, which is what Aqua Fahrenheit was. That's what this is too. Since we're talking Aqua, Bulgari Aqua up next. Look at that bottle, just Yeah, love it. These bottles have always been a bit of a pain to store. I got a couple like little stands for them when I ordered testers, believe it or not. They came with like a little plastic stand and it would kind of hold the bottle like this. But then if you buy the full presentation, no little stand. Also, Aqua. Where's it at? Bulgari. Come on. I looked this up. 2017 was the last Aqua Atlantique. And the reason I looked it up is because I was like, when was that? Was that 2018? Was that even 19? No, it was 17. It's been that long. No new Aquas in going on 7 years. So anyway, this is the OG, the original Bulgari Aqua, and it is still to this day a pretty unique aquatic fragrance and pretty addictive. It has a seaweed note in there. I know that doesn't sound great, but the way that it comes across, very appealing. You've got citrus off the top, which gives you a little sweetness. It's got orange in there. Actually, I think a couple of orange notes and then petitgrain as well. But that seaweed is really what's gonna make it or break it for you. So it has kind of a sea breeze aspect to the fragrance, but the seaweed is not, to me anyway, dirty. Now, that's one of the things that can really ruin aquatic fragrances for people that do have like a seaweed or sea note aspect to it. If it comes across with that like briny, really dirty kind of ocean aspect. I don't know if dirty is the best way to put it, but you know what I'm talking about. Then that can turn people off. But this one doesn't go too far down that path. It gives you enough to be interesting, to be unique, to be appealing, but not enough to turn you away. And at this point, this stuff flies right under the radar. Let's do a cologne again. This is Caramel Macchiato from Fragrance World. This is from their coffee collection. I don't know that it's officially marketed as a cologne fragrance or anything, but to me, it does have similarities. So when you look at the bottle, actually the first thing I thought of was like a reverse Electimus or something. You know, like Electimus has the piece up here and then you can see the fragrance down there. It's like reversed, that kind of bottle shape anyway though. But it's not an Electimus. And I will tell you, this stuff smells awesome. Really, really stupid good. At least if you like coffee, and I do. The first time I sprayed this on, my wife went crazy for the stuff. She's a big coffee drinker. And actually a couple other people who smelled that was like, what is that? What is that that smells so nice? People just legitimately were like, what was that? What did you spray? It has an extremely appealing sweet coffee opening, smooth, rich, almost like just buttery when you smell it. It's so appealing, that caramel coffee. But it smells almost like Kamra should have smelled. That's how it comes across to me. Now, I like Kamra. That's not a diss on that. But it's just like if you took Angel Share and you just poured caramel coffee all over the top of it. And I know maybe that doesn't sound appealing, but when you smell that stuff, if you like coffee, that is lights out. This is awesome. I also got a couple others from the collection and they were really good too, but this one was just like up here and I was like, that's the one. Coffee. Gentleman Society Extreme. Coffee. I like coffee. I like turtles. Yeah, I'm a fan of coffee and fragrances, at least when it's used well. And this is good. It's used well. Now, this is one that my wife, she was a player hater on, okay? She really, really loved that one and player hated on this one. Why? Iris. It smells good. What's wrong with her? But iris is a note that can be divisive. Yeah, some people, when they smell iris and fragrances, they just don't like it. And, you know, that's fine. If you don't like it, you know, you don't force yourself to try to like it. You maybe come around, maybe you don't. I've seen some people tell me, you know, I hate vetiver or I hate iris. And so I bought, you know, like 8 of the most hyped fragrances of that style, and I hate all of them. And I'm just like, why would you do that? That'd be like me going, oh, you know, I really hate caviar. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna order 8 different types of caviar and try to eat all 8 and hate the entire time doing it and have no pleasure whatsoever doing it, and then be out however many hundreds of dollars at the end of it and then be like, you know what? I still don't like it. That was stupid. If you really, really, truly hate a note, don't, you know, try to buy a whole bunch of stuff and run through all of it. Just do your fragrance journey, if you want to call it that, however it goes. Wear things you like, and maybe over time, your taste will change or evolve, and then you will eventually like it. Maybe you won't. If you do like it, great. If you don't like it, also great. Wear what makes you happy. Anyway, I love Iris, so I don't care. This one is a really elegant fragrance. I think that it has great versatility, easy usability also. And that little coffee that's in there, it helps make it more interesting versus the other Gentleman's Society. The other one, I say it like it's, you know, something horrible. It's not. For me, actually, it could use even more coffee. And I know some people would say, no, it's got the right amount. But, you know, I like it. I like coffee. Red tobacco up next, but not any red tobacco. Intense. Mancera coming out with those flankers of some of their best sellers and just naming them Intense whatever. Intense, says Rapoise, intense red tobacco. What will be next? Intense Instant Crush? Intenstant Crush? That's a bad dad joke, yeah. As you would expect from a Mancera, specifically one named Intense Red Tobacco, it has very good performance. It is an extrait de parfum, so know that going in. Also be aware that if you spray this on pretty heavy, you could go nose blind and then think, oh, this is not intense. This is weak. I can't even smell this red tobacco. You can't smell it because it has already committed war crimes against your nose. Your nose is no more. It has shut the smell out to save your brain, legitimately. Your nose was like, no, we're going down. Cut it off. Don't believe me? Ask the other people around you and they'll let you know. Or if there are no people around you, they're already letting you know by keeping their distance. It does smell great though. It is smoother than the original red tobacco, not as aggressive with the spice off the top. For some people, the red tobacco original, that's gonna be the better one because the spice off the top is maybe a little more unique, the way that it really hits you, but that can also work against it, where some people smell that and go, oh God, that's a mess. This one is, like I said, smoother, easier going, a little better put together off the top, a little more elegant as it dries also, but still massive performance. And red tobacco in the dry down, and this one also, they are massive people pleasers. Red tobacco is actually the best-selling fragrance from Mancera for me. All right, last up, White and Black from Lalique. This is one that's been a little bit of a pain here recently to get at discounters, but it's back in stock once again. You can always find it at retail, which is 135 bucks, but it is a little nicer to be able to pick it up for, I don't know, like 45. You know, it's like $90 savings, which is not insignificant. Looking at you, Creed. But yeah, 45 or so at discounters, amazing buy. This one has some similarities to PDM Layton. Not the exact same, but if you like that warm, sexy, spicy scent profile that Layton has, you should like that too. You have olibanum in here, along with cardamom, vanilla, lavender, and some woods as it dries. Also a Tolu balsam in the base. One of the best things about this also is that your average person is not gonna know it exists. Obviously, people that are really into fragrances, they know about that. They know they can get that for like 45 bucks, but your average person is not out there like, oh, I wonder if Lalique has released any new fragrances. But they do have some absolutely amazing scents across the whole brand, especially when you consider the price point at discounters that you can get them for. White and Black, absolutely stunning. More of a fall and wintertime fragrance, but killer. So there we go. 12 fragrances, so good you want to wear these every single day. Just a wide range of different types of fragrances, price points, summertime, wintertime, all of it. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you later.